What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, King Gabe, in the house, or the his house, as I've heard from some, know some of y'all know about the his house. Anyway, uh, we're here. As you probably, those of y'all been keeping up with the channel, you've probably noticed my first pics, first pictures of Superman and Supergirl Reign of Justice, a little fan fiction I'm going to be working on there. I've kind of started a little bit of it. Matter of fact, even posted the first chapter of it right here on YouTube for you guys to see. Yeah, right. Take the time, look in the community tab to read it if you hadn't already read it. Yeah, it's up on here on YouTube. It's on the Patreon page, and even was posted in the Discord and Facebook Mess, and even on Facebook, both public and in the Facebook Messenger group. So yeah, it's circled around. It's gonna be hard to miss that there. So yeah, yeah. So if you hadn't seen any of those previously, yeah, definitely check them out. Also, before we go into this video, definitely make sure like, share, subscribe. Also, give us some special thanks. Thank you. And also, definitely get some of our available books, and including the from our available comic books, including the first Yumiko novel. And if just in case for those of you who aren't aware of this, may have missed, in case you missed the video or maybe just now tuning into the channel, I did currently finish the rough draft of Yumiko Novel 3, and it is now just been sent off to be proofread. As of right now, the rough draft of Yumiko Novel 2 has been all the proofs and stuff have been finished and everything. So now I just got to get that worked in. So by the end of the month of July, I can have book number 2 of Yumiko published and everything, and all goes well. Either by the end of September or some point in October, we should be seeing the publication of Yumiko Novel 3 coming not too long after that. So yeah, but you definitely want to go on and get that first novel now to catch up. If you ain't got a copy of it now, I would definitely suggest you get it now before those other 2 novels come out end of July, and then the third one either September or October. So yeah, so there'll be 3 novels before the major holidays come, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that. So yeah, matter of fact, before Halloween even, because superhero costumes. Yeah. So yeah, definitely do that. Get some of Yumiko Novel 1 along with our other books, and also definitely support us on that Patreon. Just like, wait for it. Just like AJ the Supreme, Big Sis Casey, and the Iceman universe. Let me say that again. The EJ the Supreme, Big Sis Casey, and the Iceman universe. Go, Iceman universe. Go, 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 go. Get on that Patreon now so you can be the next one. Be the next Patreon. Support us. The YouTube channel. Well, we all got this cool stuff going. Did you ever see this YouTube get down? Support it now. Get on the Patreon. Yeah. As low as $1 a month. That's pretty cheap. Oh, but you can do more if you really want to now. Get those shout outs and other perks. So do it now. Sign up today. Go. Get on that Patreon now. Get on that Patreon now. Go, 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 go. Boy, if you hadn't heard me say it once, for some reason, that Iceman universe always make me think of Vanilla Ice, and when I think of Vanilla Ice, I think of Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go from Ninja Turtles. So that puts me in it. So yeah, definitely get on that Patreon just like them three. Definitely check out their channels. Oh yeah, check them out. We got a lot of, just like there's a lot of cool stuff here. There's a combination of cool stuff amongst those three channels. You got fitness, sports, and like wrestling and stuff like that. Cookie Crumble talks, and probably other food reviews, and got more stuff. And EJ's got more stuff planned coming. You'll see when he puts it up. Also, Big Sis Casey got different interesting blogs and stuff, especially, and also little fan stuff and everything she's kind of put up at random. They definitely want to. 'Cause I know there's an audience definitely for that. And also, and with Iceman Universe, he got a mix of some various videos, and the main meat of the Iceman Universe channel is the Ed Netty reaction and Naruto. Yes, Ed Netty and Naruto. I've definitely been looking at those Ed Netty episodes, and as of now, I've checked out up to 5 episodes of the Naruto reactions. Yep. Been a lot going on around here, but every chance I get, I do try to definitely check those out there. And also, yeah, definitely keep up as far as with, Big Sis Casey's channel, as well as even EJS channel. Again, like I say, there's gonna be definitely some new stuff coming with the EJS channel. Could possibly be some stuff with Big Sis Casey channel. Although there's gonna be some stuff outside of some of these channels that's gonna be happening as well. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. Yeah. So yeah, be a Patreon just like them three. Get on the Patreon now. So do that. And also be sure to hang out with us on Discord, and you can also hang out with us on Facebook as well. Yes, Facebook, just publicly or in the little messenger group, either one, or do better yet, do both. Because you probably have to go through the public page in order to get to the messenger group. So yeah, because I be posting. Still doing Discord. Don't get me wrong. I still encourage you to do Discord as well. But at the moment, it seems like there's a lot more with Facebook. I'm just more as far as communication is concerned. With maybe because a lot more people know about Facebook than Discord, but that's all the more reason. Like I say, I'm still encouraging Discord as well. Not neglecting Facebook, but yeah, hey, cause my thing is have every online source that you can get. So strengthen your forces, and also definitely sell some stuff with the Mercari app and see what I got up there too. So now on with the show. Yeah, we're talking about Superman and Supergirl Reign of Justice. Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna like I said, you've seen the first pics. Probably gonna have another video a little bit later. Second with a second set of pics, pictures from for the fan fiction and everything. So yeah, so it's definitely gonna be that coming up. So what is let's just assume that maybe you haven't read the first chapter. Okay, let's give you a brief. Those of y'all who haven't read the first chapter that I posted up, let me go through it there, because like I say, it is on, it's public. It's not, yeah, I did not, because this is a pretty big deal in the fanfic line. And one of the things I definitely want to make known about as far as the whole thing with the fan fiction in general, it is not as it's like I say, fan fictions are definitely not like an official thing. Like it's not like the stuff I actually publish, like Yumiko. That's actually my own creation. Whole thing, like I say, fan fiction. These are they're more than likely fan fictions usually come from something that's already the property of, from someone else, but the fan of that property, makes kind of their own thing of it. Yeah, especially a lot of anime fans. They do that a lot there, anime fans. But you do have fan fictions of other things outside of anime sometimes. But thing is, anime I think fan fictions of anime is the most likely to be done. So, but there do be other things. Don't get me wrong. So that's usually what it is. Those of y'all who may not have heard of fanfic, or maybe you have, but maybe you didn't really pay much attention to it, and here in this video, you're probably, that's so yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah. um, so yeah, like I say, nope, not an official DC Comics creation, just written for fun from a fellow fan, yours truly, King Gabe. So yeah. So anyway, another thing I want to say about it, with like I say, I've been quite back to back with these Yumiko creations, and I am continuing the series after book 3. I'm not gonna end the series there. Oh, trust me, it's just beginning. But once okay, like this month, gonna have book number 2 out, September, October, book 3 out. Once those 2 are done, all edited and published and everything, and start, going around selling them and everything, along with more of book 1 as well, almost like a 3-pack. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, amongst, especially with the holidays and stuff, Thanksgiving and Christmas. However, at the same time, during that break from the Yumiko series, and yeah, that also means I probably will not be trying to do anything as far as more rough drafts for it, because yeah, when I do those, I have a tendency to want to get on here and talk about it. So yeah, definitely gotta take a break from that for a while. But what I will be doing, since this is just a little side thing, and just for fun, for funsies, this is what I'll be working on during my break. It's Superman and Supergirl Reign of Justice, the first episode 1 of this fan fiction series. Who knows, may possibly get to may possibly able to do one and maybe a second one. Who knows? But that's what my break will be. And yeah, that's so yeah, just filling y'all in on that. So now let's brief y'all on the first chapter. Superman and Supergirl Reign of Justice fan fiction series, episode 1, the Duo of Hope. Which of course is Superman and Supergirl. Duo of Hope. They got the S on. It's like, what's that on your chest? It's on my planet. It means hope. Here it's an S. As or as Lois say in the Superman animated series, nice S. So, first chapter. Beautiful day in Smallville, Kansas. Yes, I actually state where these cities are these fictional DC cities are located, to kind of also, because that's kind of something for me as well. I kind of like to have an idea of where stuff is taking place, both city and statewide. That's just kind of how I am there, especially making it known in the story. So suddenly a giant monster turtle attacks. He's like, time for me to destroy the world. What should I do first? And a voice says, you shall do nothing. Now that first part and it's kind of and some other parts mixed in here, is actually from a story called A Weird Yet Normal Day. It's kind of a reference to that, where Weird Yet Normal Day, it was I got the novel right in here. Where's that? Oh, here it is. Yep, Weird Yet Normal Day. Kind of, it's a reference in here, which actually was a poem, and then I decided to make it into an actual story. This was also redone in a slightly different way in another book series I once tried to start, the series Reality Imagination, which didn't only got as far as 2 books, and then the characters in that series made an appearance in the Heroes of Dream anniversary special, sort of a really big crossover along with several other cameos. So yeah, it was a pretty big deal. Yeah, so in the first thing of that Weird Yet Normal Day, um, there was added in there a scene. There was added in there a little extra story within the story that me and a friend of mine did back in the day, where we put on capes and pretended to be superheroes, and we had this plush turtle toy that we were throwing around as the villain, as well as passing the video camera back and forth, filming ourselves, doing like, like superhero punch and stuff like that. So it's a reference to that there. So the turtle, that of course, a big difference. Like big difference is this little additional scene. A girl comes out and says, "Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane." And then the turtle gets punched by the person flying. Introduces himself, saying, "Nope, it's Superman." Yeah, no, that classic. "Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Superman." Dun 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 dun. So, yeah, Superman. And again, turns out the girl who announced that is actually Supergirl in disguise. She comes into her costume and Supergirl. Then there's this little brief moment because in this series, both Superman and Supergirl are actually teenagers at this point at the beginning of the story, as to other superhero characters that will be coming in this series. Yeah, there will be other superheroes. It's kind of almost sort of like how in series like The Batman or Batman Brave and the Bold, where we did get the Justice League in there and all that. So, he's like, Supergirl, that's the name you're going with? I prefer. Like, I prefer Supergirl. Why not Superwoman? It would make more sense. Superman and Superwoman. We do know there's a Superwoman in Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths. So she's like, not necessarily. There's nothing wrong with Superman and Supergirl, or even Supergirl and Superboy. Okay, fine. You could be Supergirl, but I'm saying with the name Superman. You know why? Because I am a man! Technically, you're, and of course, they're interrupted by the turtle getting up. The sentence she was about to say, technically, you're still a teenager. Yeah, so yeah, they fight the monster turtle. They go through the battle and stuff like that. They get some really cool moves in, stuff like that. Some weird stuff happens during the fight and everything, and then suddenly ends with the two of them going through a portal. So, that's just from the first chapter that was posted. Definitely, if you hadn't seen it, definitely go check that out after this video. But after that, of course, that portal actually, it's not unknown where it goes to, but thing is, it's revealed that they're just making a video in their house, a home movie. Sort of like my friend and I were doing in middle school. And so they haven't actually become Superman and Supergirl yet, officially. This is only, they only calling themselves that for the video. Because, they're playing superhero and all. Then, later, they get a call from, so it's just basically Clark Kent and, I know originally Supergirl's name, she goes by Kara Kor-El, and she just sort of also just goes by Kara, even on Earth there, I guess Kara Kent. Since Clark Kent, since his real name is Kal-El, but he goes by Clark Kent on Earth, I decided to change Kara LL, still keep that. And for one thing, I'm making them brother and sister too. Originally, I know in DC lore, Superman and Supergirl are cousins. But I'm making them brother and sister because this is cause I'm actually imagining myself and Big Sis Casey as Superman and Supergirl since we look at each other like a brother and a sister. Um, so so that means this Kara is just Kara L instead of Kara Jor-El. Um, also, for Earth name, just like how Kal-El takes the name of Clark, uh, Kara L takes the name of Kora. So I guess you say the same way that Kora is spelled for the character in the Medea plays, Cora, Medea's daughter, kind of like that same spelling now, and Mr. Brown's daughter as well. Like Cora Jean, I knew that was you. Lord told me that was you. I said to myself, myself said, I said, that's Cora. How you doing, girl? Yes. So yeah, so we got Clark Kent and Cora Kent. And of course they're living Jonathan and Martha Kent, their earthly parents. Um, they get a phone call because I actually got a little bit more written, and I kind of have an idea of where this is gonna go. I get a phone call from a guy named Robert Rains. Oh wait, no wait, okay, no. It's Robert, but yeah, Robert Rains. I think it's not Robert, but I think Ronald Rains. Ronald Rains is what I called him. But there's a little something special about Ronald Rains. So he's the headmaster of a school known as Metropolis Academy, Central Metropolis Academy, sort of yeah, located of course in Metropolis, which is in Delaware, right across the sea from Gotham, New Jersey. Hmm. So, um, so Ronald Rain, he gives him a call. He talks to Jonathan. Say that Clark and Cora have been invited. They Clark and Cora have actually qualified to attend Central Metropolis Academy if they so choose to. So they have, and if they choose to, not only is this being offered to them to attend there, but they're getting a full paid scholarship and everything. And yeah, it's pretty much a boarding school. Yeah, it's but say pretty much like a boarding school. Sort of like Yu-Gi-Oh GX with Duel Academy. Except you learn dual monsters there. Get your game on. Um, how I okay, so how do I feel about boarding schools? In case you might wonder, how do I feel about that personally? I don't I'm not against. I'm not against them or like, ooh, don't ever send your kid to no boarding school. It's not something I'm against. But under this condition, uh, if if like maybe me and Christina got together and was like considering a boarding school for our kid, I feel like that should be, in my opinion, I feel like it's more something that should be offered, that should be a choice in when they become teenagers. And also it shouldn't be something that's forced on the kid, like, okay, hey, we're sending you to boarding school, no questions asked. No, that definitely should be an option. Now I know when it comes to regular, like just putting your kid in regular school, they have because I went through the same thing. They have these regulations where you have to go in a certain district and stuff like that. And and sometimes it does, and sometimes in some cases it kind of takes the choice away from both the kid and the parent, because the school board is pretty much calling the shots and stuff. Yeah, and like I say, you roll with it, but sometimes you might not always like the decisions that you get at times. Um, so and I know that, and as personal experience, when I got to high school, now the school I went to was Woodlawn. It turned my first year. was a little rough here and there, but after that first year, it got a lot better, a lot better. It was pretty cool and everything. It was a lot of. I mean, yeah, there was still there's still gonna be ups and downs, just like anything in life, but it was a lot better than that first year, way better. Especially senior year. Oh boy. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you. I'm pretty sure a lot of you can have a lot of good things to say about your senior year. Most of you, depending on who you are. Um, but the thing was, at the beginning, when it came to the enrolling of the school, I was not too happy about the fact that I was like, oh, you got to go to Woodlawn. Like what? This is why. Like I say, it turned out good. But the reason why I was kind of upset, and I think, and even my mom then was a little upset too, because originally it was planned for me to go to Southwood, and I am, yeah, both me and my mom and myself, and even some of my other family members, we were expecting Southwood because the reason why because I actually, like growing up, I had a cousin that went to Southwood and played football up there, and we would go to see his games all the time. Whenever he played, one of his games up there before he graduated. So and we had so we that's how we had been to Southwood a few times. And even sometime outside of going to the games, there were other incidences where I'm not sure what, but sometimes we went up to Southwood for other things. Visiting and stuff. So I had pretty much gotten an idea of what the school was like, while I was before I was even high school age. And when it got to that time of okay, you're getting ready to go to high school, I actually we had been there for my cousin's games. We toured around high school early in the summer before it got close to school for the start high school. We had toured around and everything, saw different classes and stuff like that. I was, it's like, yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. And then plus, I think this was my cousin's final year, so it was like, yeah, he's just fine. He's a senior. I'm gonna be a freshman. He kind of, might meet, right, we might meet up with each other, here and there, kind of, have like, almost like a big brother, little brother around here. At the very last minute, they switched me to Woodlawn, and that was very disappointing. Mostly, like I say, again, Woodlawn did turn out to be a pretty good school, but the disappointing part was why did you not inform me about this at the beginning of the summer? Why did I get to tour around Southwood? Then you just sprung that at the very last minute, like the last few weeks of school, and I didn't even get much of a chance to even tour Woodlawn before starting. So I was like, yeah, yeah, it was more so not so much what the school, it was more so the print how they did it there. So yeah, there was that. Yeah. So yeah, just thought I'd share that. But going back to the fan fiction. Um, so yeah, they get Metropolis Academy. They get offered to go there. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying about the boarding school thing. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think the boarding school should. Yeah, like I mentioned before, I think it should be more of a choice given to your kid when they've reached high school. Maybe possibly preteen. Okay, but still, even if you do preteen, that's kind of a little early. But if you do, make sure it's their choice, because this is the thing. That's kind of something you have to want to be in. Sort of like Ashley in Fresh Prince, when she wanted to take up classes there. I think it was kind of a boarding school that was near where Hillary was going to be doing her show in New York. For fine arts and stuff like that. And she was still high school age, but it was sort of like, yeah, it was like an academy, yeah, like a boarding school kind of. So yeah, it has to be something that they want to do, because that's the best way to get the results of them getting a lot out of there. Yeah, like I say, so yeah, nothing. So yeah, I'm not against boarding schools. I just feel like it's something that should be more of a choice and not something that you force your kids into. And elementary, also in my opinion, is regardless is really young for a boarding school. I mean, yeah, like I say, preteen or teenager at least. I'm strongly more with teenager, but yeah, maybe some kids might actually want to do that preteen. I guess if you're Harry Potter. so so yeah, that so yeah, pretty much a little boarding school here, Metropolis Academy, Central Metropolis Academy. Um, so of course they will go check it out and everything. This is still the beginning of summer. That's what I'm thinking right now. It's gonna be because yeah, plenty of time to see the school and stuff, and even kind of get settled into Metropolis. And so of course this means they'll kind of be away from home, in dormitories, got on campus and everything. Uh, so they're gonna meet up. There's a friend of theirs that actually has gotten the same offer. That will be with them, Lana Lang, because according to Superman lore, she was a childhood friend of Superman. So yeah, she is in here, Lana Lang. And when they get to the academy, they'll meet up with Lois and Jimmy, of course, with the journalism class, because they were newspaper reporters. So being that they're still in school, it would be in a journalism class. Probably Perry White as their teacher. Good way to use him in this universe since they're all teenagers. Um, so yeah, Perry White, he'll be in there. Um, as for what happens after, as far as a first kind of plot, because of course, got to have a little bit more than just than just, hey, we're moving to Metropolis. Especially, this is how Superman and Supergirl will first realize that they have powers and actually are, and actually become Superman and Supergirl for real. Um, at LexCorp in Metropolis, we have, let's see. Oh man, okay. Let me look them up real quick. I should have. I may should have emailed myself what I. It's not much of chapter 2 that I typed up, but maybe I should have emailed myself a little bit. That's how I do a lot of my rough drafts. There's a Toyman in Doctor Who. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, it's a little bit of a trick. Let's see. Doctor. Because it lit up there. Who's a toy master? Wow. Okay. I might need to ask Casey about that because I know she's a big Doctor Who fan of the toy man in Doctor Who. Hmm. Okay, so anyway, so the toy man, his real name is Winslow Schott, Schott, Shao. Have to learn how to pronounce that there. But yeah, Winslow. So he's actually an employee at LexCorp. He's the chief tech engineer, and he also has two assistants. Let's see and of course, so yeah, Metallo. No, not Metallo. Well, he goes Robert. No, wait, that's the creator. Okay, that's the wrong name. Let's see. I think it's John Corbin. Yeah, John Corbin is one of his assistants. Who anybody that knows Superman lore knows that this is the guy that becomes Metallo later. But this is before he becomes Metallo. So he's working with Winslow before he becomes a toy man, of course. And one other assistant that I added that's also in Superman lore. Let's see. Leslie Willis, who was the lady that became Livewire that was trying to trash talk Superman. So these two are working with Winslow. And here at LexCorp, his Marcy Graves, who usually would drive Lex's limo. Here, she is actually the assistant CEO of Lex Corp, and of course, Lex Luthor is the CEO, the official CEO. So she's his assistant CEO here, and I'm actually thinking that later in the series that her and Lex might get married. It's a possibility. So yeah, so she comes, she's checking up um, their own project that's supposed to be working on for Lex. Turns out that he's been also doing something else on the side, um, or actually, so on the side to try to get Lex to do toys at LexCorp for the kids and stuff. And especially and his demonstration is a specific type of toy using the advanced tech at LexCorp that's supposed to have gone into the project that Lex asked for. Um, it's supposed to be a very probably like a super smart turtle or something like that for the kids. Like sort of imagine if the Furbies were turtles, something like that. So of course Lex turns it down. He's like, "Look, y'all need to get back to work on what I asked you to." Uh, they of course take this personally. Then so as a couple of the day of the open house at Metropolis Academy, where Martha and Jonathan, along with Clark and Cora, and of course they're joined by Lana Lang and her parents. They all come for the open house. You see all the stuff that Metropolis Academy has to offer and everything. They also kind of meet up with Lois and Jimmy, of course, and just as everything's kind of going cool and everything, all of a sudden, big giant robotic monster turtles attack, uh, and they are attacking and everything. Kind of these robotic toys, and there's something I want to do with Toy Man later in the series, but yeah, right here, robotic toy turtles, um, and well, uh, this is when when Clark and Cora end up getting called to like this. I'm not sure where it's going to be at first, but it's going to be away from the academy. It turns out the headmaster, Ronald Raines, is actually John Jones, the Martian Manhunter in disguise. And he's sort of going to be acting like a Zordon in this series, or like Zordon to the Power Rangers. So he tells them, everything, like that where they're from and stuff like that, and the fact what happened is the Marsh John Jones he acts much like in the Justice League series, his home was his home on Mars. It was invaded by the Imperium. I was going to use the White Martians at first, but they're some of the stuff behind the history behind them is a little for me is a little too complicated. Because of what all I want to put in the story. Yeah, it was a little complex there, especially the history of Miss Martian and all that. So I just did it like the way they did in Justice League series. The Imperium pretty much invaded his home, and while they and in their battle against them, they managed to defeat them, but as a result, it cost a lot of lives, leaving John Jones to be the only survivor. He So he went out and he was taken in by the planet Krypton, by the natives there. They, like hey, come on in here, man, chill and everything. Then eventually, while he was chilling on Krypton, suddenly this group called the Fanagarians come. Remember, Fanagarians? That's the people where Hawkgirl and Hawkman come from, as well as also General Rogue Talley from the Justice League series. Uh, General Rogue Talley for the Justice League series, and they, much like in the Justice League series, you remember when they came to Earth, they was talking about, oh, we're in a battle with the Gordanians, and these Gordanians, they're gonna come here to your planet Earth, and yeah, y'all gonna be doomed unless y'all allow us to protect you. We need to build this super device to help protect you guys. Turns out the device to protect Earth was actually going to destroy Earth as a way of allowing the Thanagarians to get the jump on the Gordanians there. They were going to take the Gordanians out, but what they didn't tell us is that Earth was going to get destroyed in the process. So that plot line is being brought to the Krypton. So in this case, the Thanagarians have pretty much talked the Kryptonians into helping them out against their Gordanian enemies. However, in order to build their different machines and stuff, just like the way they did in Justice League series, it's draining a lot of the resources and also the resources of the planet, causing the planet to become very unstable. And of course, you all know where this is probably going to lead to: the destruction of Krypton. Kal-El's Jor-El and his wife try to inform everybody, like, hey, I don't think we need to be draining our resources anymore because the planet's core is not stable. We could blow up any day now. And these Thanagarians may not be up and up with us. Of course, they don't believe him, so only choice he has is to send Kal-El and Kal-El to Earth in an escape ship, so they can survive and rebuild the Krypton race. John Jones was actually given the charge to, since they were little babies. Now I know originally, baby Kal-El put in the rocket and the rocket just gets to Earth. In this case, I put it where where it's actually a rocket. They put the babies in, but John Jones actually flies the rocket to Earth with them in it to help them get there. Now they're actually, they escaped Krypton. Turns out word would get to the Thanagarians. Now they'll find this out later in the fanfic series, but word had got to the Thanagarians of that what Jor-El and his wife were doing, and so they prepared themselves, I guess, a way of escaping the planet, at the same time getting their device, speeding up the device a little bit to pretty much have it activate. They get the jump on the Gordanians, and in the process, Krypton is destroyed. And I think there's 2 Kryptonians that they would spare: Zod, General Zod, and Flora. I think that's her name. Let me make sure that I do have it on the on my photo album there. Let's see. After it keeps blinking. For Faora, F-A-O-R-A. Kind of an for Aura, they again, I have to look up how that's pronounced too. But anyway, the Thanagarians they sort of spared those 2 because they're the ones that sort of snitched there, and so they get to escape along with the Thanagarians, and so they're gonna be, and the Thanagarians would come to Earth and kind of be hiding amongst them and waiting for the right time to strike Kal-El and Kara-El, Superman and Supergirl. Back with the Martian talking with Clark and Cora, after telling them all this. Now, of course, he doesn't know that the Thanagarians are still alive or anything like that. But as far as the threat that's going on, the Monster Turtles, he's actually created these costumes for them. That's how we get Superman and Supergirl. Now they are actually superheroes for real. He uses his telepathic powers to pretty much not only give them all the information they need to know about what's happened and how they got here, but also the fact, we can do this, and and when they go into battle, he's able to kind of guide, sort of they do grasp how to learn how to use their powers. It may be possible that the Martian might help them a little bit, but like I said, I'll find out when I start writing that part. But yeah, they do battle these monster turtles, save the day. Um, Lex now knows about their existence and everything, and is Superman and Supergirl. Interesting. As well as also the Toy Man and his assistant, and they're not too happy because that sort of foiled their plans of trying to axe off Lex there. Because I think that's the thing, they would have these robots attacking LexCorp as revenge for Lex, not accepting their approval. Like attacking Lex in the hopes of trying to kill Lex Luthor. Yes, I said the K word. Yeah, they're gonna try to, so that way they could and take over the company by force in order to make their way and sell the toys they want. Uh, and so that becomes their agenda. Lex agenda, of course. Like doing stuff against Superman. Will kind of work at that a little bit. Uh, and also since I mentioned the Martian doesn't know that the Thanagarians escaped. However, where the area where they're hiding, they become aware of Superman and Supergirl's existence and instantly deduce that they are Kryptonians. So yeah, they decide, they come out. And of course, like I said, General Zod and his little girl, they are working with the Thanagarians. So yeah, that's, oh boy. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's gonna what the first story would be like. And like I say, of course the series as a little series synopsis. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be them as teenagers at school and everything. Central Metropolis Academy. Like I mentioned before, they first meet up with Lois and Jimmy. And then they're actually going to be introduced to the other heroes, which a lot of them will be teenagers going to this academy. One of which is Diana, aka Wonder Woman, which I'm kind of, if we hadn't recognized in the pictures, is sort of having a resemblance to my wife Christina. So yeah, I actually asked Christina, who who would you rather be, Lois or Wonder Woman? She chose Wonder Woman. So it's gonna be a Superman X Wonder Woman in this universe. Well, what about Lois Lane? Well, I figured it took me a while, but Jimmy needs love. Jimmy needs love. Jimmy needs love. Jimmy needs love. So it's gonna be a Jimmy X Lois in this universe. Yep, and not sure who Lana would be hooked up with just yet, but I do kind of have a somewhat. There's a possibility of Lana X John Stewart Green Lantern. Yeah, John Stewart, that Green Lantern is going to be in this universe. There is going to be a reference of the other Green Lanterns like Hal Jordan. But as far as why it's more on John Stewart, we'll find out as I write the series. But yeah, John Stewart and kinda might possibly be a John Stewart X Lana Lane there. So he's going to the academy as well. Barry Allen from Central City, aka the Flash. Yep. So yeah, he is still from Central City, but he comes to attend this academy as well. And I always said Diana, aka Wonder Woman. Then of course there's Bruce Wayne as Batman. There's always that Batman Superman thing going on. The Batman versus Superman. The only thing is that I'm not sure yet. I'm not completely sure yet if Bruce would be attending the school or if he would just be, chilling back in Gotham and, might just appear whenever they go to visit Gotham, or if he comes to visit Metropolis like, he did in the series once. Yeah, I'm a little uncertain with that yet. Still working on that. Um, I do plan for Aquaman to appear in there. Not sure if he not sure yet if he will attend the school because of the whole Atlantis thing, but it is a possibility. But he will. But whether he's at the school or not, he will be in the series. Arthur Curry, of course, aka Aquaman. Also, one thing I definitely did as far as the secret identities is concerned. I know you got mass superheroes like Batman, Flash, Superman, Supergirl do the whole glasses thing. Uh, this John Stewart will wear a mask as well, similar to Hal Jordan, how he has a mask on. Um, Now, as for because in a lot of adaptations, people just knew who Diana was. They knew she was Wonder Woman because she didn't really do the secret identity thing in Justice League series. Um, kind of, sort of did it in the New 52 at the beginning when she wore her glasses, but then she just did a spin change in public in the Reign of Superman movie. So it's a little uncertain on her, but for this universe, yeah, it's gonna be the glasses thing like Clark them, but actually it's gonna be a lot more. It's a little bit more than just the glasses that keep their identities, and possibly even more than just the mask. This is the thing I look at as far as the logic of the secret identities, whether it's masks or glasses. It's also the idea that oh well they just look like them, and hear me out on this. This is actually a real world fact. We all have doubles in this world. A lot of us have doubles in this world. It's a real world fact, and other people have said this too. Um, Example: people have come up to me where I work at Kroger. People have come up to me and asked me, "Did I work at Home Depot?" I'm like, "No, I didn't work at Home Depot." Well, I saw somebody that looked just like you over there. Then some people asked me did I work at Office Depot. Apparently, there was another person there that looked just like me too. Also, when I did Brownie Reactions, my former co-writer, uh, when she first started working with me, the one thing she told me, she thought I was Andre the Black Nerd from YouTube. There, yeah, she actually thought he was that was me and was wondering, wait, he's writing books? So yeah, like no, I'm not Andre. Say so. Yeah, there. So yeah, going by just that logic, and how many people I've seen look like other people. Oh dear. I have lookalikes. I see lookalikes of other people. So yeah, that's the logic that kind of with the secret identity thing. That so people will probably just think, oh, Clark Kent, you look a lot like Superman. Okay, so there'll be that logic. And of course, yeah, that actually probably that may have been another reason why Lois didn't believe Clark when she said, "Clark, how are you getting all these pictures?" Well, the truth is, Lois, I'm secretly Superman in disguise. You have a really bad sense of humor, Clark. You asked. So, yeah, that's another logic. Then also from the side of fiction, combined together, uh, there's a reference to the secret identity logic of Sailor Moon. You notice how when Usagi and her friends transform to Sailor Moon and the Sailor Scouts, they don't have masks. One point Sailor Venus did, but when they all together, when they all five at Sailor Scouts, they didn't do masks, and they didn't their hair. They didn't change their hair color or anything like Hannah Montana, and they didn't wear glasses like Superman Clark Kent. They were just so you like. Well, how do nobody know that Usagi is Sailor Moon or any of the other Sailor Scouts identities? This is probably why, from both the civilians and the villains. Especially now in the civilians' case, they probably, well, yeah, I think that just applies to Usagi. But so here's what I think it is from both sides. In one episode, Usagi actually got a transformation pin that allowed her to change to different people, different people form. this is here's the logic of that. Um, there were times where when she would be disguised as somebody and transform right from that disguise into Sailor Moon. So this probably threw off a lot of the villains as well as the citizens into thinking that that even though Usagi looks exactly like Sailor Moon's exact same head, it's probably not the one that is probably not the obvious. Sailor Moon is probably a master of disguise and probably magically able to change her appearance. So in the villains in both the villains and civilians case, they probably think that it's somebody that doesn't even look like Sailor Moon, and they magically like, okay, now I'm Sailor Moon. This is why this is why the only way they could find out that Usagi was Sailor Moon was when they saw her transform. So there's also that. So yeah, it's a combination of that logic and, like I say, with the real world where it's like, ooh, that guy looks just like you. So yeah, there's a bit of that sort of help with a little bit of realism there, as well as also quail the argument that two of my employees had about Superman once. I kid you not. Two of my coworkers were sitting in the deli one time that we used to have when we used to have the sitting area, eating their lunch, and their discussion. Why in the world? Okay, all these superheroes mostly wear masks, but all Superman does when he's Clark Kent, he just puts on glasses. How does nobody know he's not Superman if all of a sudden his glasses fall off? Oops. Well, I suppose now my hey, you look like that guy logic would apply. So that also explains how nobody figured out he was Superman when he did not wear glasses growing up in school. So, food for thought. So yeah, so there's that bit of logic going on. As far as different things like from episode to episode. Of course, like I mentioned, Toy Man kind of starts off things. Probably, and of course, eventually his assistants, get the birth from Metallo and Livewire. Lex Luthor's gonna be doing some things and stuff like that. Possibly, there might possibly be the Superman clone Bizarro, possibly. Uh, then, of course, you're gonna get the introduction of the other heroes coming up with some of their villains mixed in here. Um, Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Batman, all that. Um, and another thing, let's see, more other thing. Yeah, you get other villains like Darkseid and all that. So yeah, it's pretty much gonna be pretty much fighting different villains and stuff and going to school. Pretty much the Superman Supergirl version of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Chilling out, chilling out with the crew at the schoolyard. Finding trouble, never looking too hard. Well, back at class, they never taught us this. Some things you gotta learn, hit and miss. Tough climbs, hard climbs, we'll take them on together. Right now, let's go, Superman and Supergirl. Reign of Justice. Say, heroes, hit the here, superheroes. Come on, you better save the day now. Heroes, superheroes, we'll make the grade and win the fight. We'll make the grade somehow against Superman and Supergirl. Reign of Justice. Heroes, superheroes. Come on, you better save the day now. Come on and get to saving. Come on and get to fight on. Something like that. Nah, I wouldn't actually use that. I know, I'm not gonna use that and be like, oh my goodness, you go. But it just made me think of that at a little moment. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much gonna be the premise of the series. Yeah, just dealing with school life and battling evil. No pressure. Yep, and of course, gonna be some Earth-based stuff, escalate to space-based stuff and everything. And I did mention Darkseid. Like, yeah, you will be seeing him. I actually at first was gonna say that Darkseid blew up the planet Krypton at first, but then I thought, nah, Now yeah, the Fanigarian was a better ideal there because but when you get that way, we can start off with small threats and build them way up to the bigger threats, and of course, Darkseid will be like a big finale there. So yeah, the big finale where Superman shows his true power, as he said. Feels like I live in a world made out of cardboard, always afraid to break something or break someone. Hey, never allowing myself to lose control, even for a minute, because someone could die. But you can take that, can't you, big guy? What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to just cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am. Dun 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 dun. Ah! Boom! Dun, dun, dun. And Darkseid goes through like several different buildings until Superman pops up behind him and BAM! Yeah. So yeah, pretty much got that going there. You have a lot of things to reference for the fanfic series in my own way. So yeah, now you know what this is gonna be like at going forward. Definitely like what you heard and everything. Definitely be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Buy our available books, including Yumiko 1 before 2 and 3 come out. Special thanks. And also get on that Patreon, just like your boy EJ the Supreme, Big Sis Casey, and Iceman Universe. Go! So get on the Patreon like them. Even along with our stuff, check out some of their stuff as well. With the whole thing of videos of fitness and wrestling and cookie crumbles and such, and say blogs and interesting fan videos, as well as Ed, Nettie, and Naruto reactions. And don't forget to also, hook up with us on either Discord, on Facebook, or both. As well as also, let's sell each other some stuff on the Macari app. And with that said, we will see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.